empathetic conversations where we allow people and we let them know that their age, their wisdom, their work experience are respected. Nobody likes to be owned or be told by a child what is to be done.
So I have a couple questions for you, and it's for me and everyone my age trying to be in a work life. I would say work and social at the same time. So I've recently started a job, and trust me, it's going amazingly well. I can see how useful I am, and I can see myself give inputs. But at the same time, I'm 21, and everybody in my group is either 32 and 30, 32 or something, and a couple people who are my age. It's not the right balance, we're not the same kind of people. I'm talking about people my age. We're not the same kind of people, and there's a lot of difference that comes in, and it's difficult to adjust because while we're both in different fields, it's a very small group of people, so we seek validation for our work from the same people, and it's a little challenging to be normal and not lose your patience with them constantly.
That's a very beautiful question you ask me, Vanshika, because we have picked up all the tools through education, social conditioning, living with family, and everything that we've learned in our environment. What happens is, now when we enter into the field, we come with a little arrogance. I know it all educationally, so I'm knowledgeable. When we step into the world of work, we are slowly beginning to become wiser. Not everything we learned in our books is going to be valid and is going to be workable in an environmental situation. It's like, so far you've learned how to drive by reading a manual, and now you sit behind the wheels and you are slowly beginning to learn how to take controls of the wheels. When we begin, we have to keep looking at everything around us. We are overwhelmed by how people look at us. We are overwhelmed by how people make opinions of us. We are overwhelmed by, these people are not like me and these people are different. We have to understand conditioning has made us the way we are. The more I open myself up to newer experiences, the more easy it is for me to adapt and mold into a work environment. What happens is, every experience that we have always is on a polarity. There is always a good and a not so good part of every experience we have. By nature, humans are so used to concentrating on the not so good aspect of the experience, and rightly so, because we don't want to feel the pain again and again and again. So when we do not concentrate on the pain, if we do not concentrate on the pain factor, then definitely we are going to feel the pain again. So it is our mind which wants to look at the not so great parts and be in control of it. Nothing wrong with that. But when we start to do that, what happens is we are missing out on concentrating on the gifts that these experiences bring to us. The gifts of not having to experience everything personally. The gift of learning from someone else and probably their life experiences, their cognitions, their mistakes. And if we slowly begin to adapt to that environment, then it becomes easier for me to transition from the student of life to the employee of life, where I'm being employed to learn new things from life. Also, what happens in the earlier stages, when I am new into the work market, people around me are more experienced in seniority. If people are already present in my work environment, they probably are older than me in nature, in physical age, in experiential age. Today, because of the way the corporates function and because of the variety of people that come into the market, my immediate boss could be someone who's younger than me. And it's also my ego that wouldn't allow me to befriend someone who's younger, because in childhood, we were conditioned respect someone who's older. How do I respect someone who's younger? Not conditioned, not taught. And therefore, we then might experience conflict if we are not open enough to accept things as positive and negative simultaneously.
Very, very beautifully said. And while you were saying that, I think I can immediately relate it to not just my work, not just my job, but also my own company. I think I am the youngest in my company, and I am the boss. And I can see that happening with a couple people. Like, they don't feel the need to be answerable to me, and that's okay. I understand that there's a age difference, and it does affect in the back of their mind. Of course, it has an effect, but I think, thankfully, my own childhood was where if I was touching an elder person's feet, I was also touching a younger person's feet. Like, that's how we were grown up. And luckily, when I'm in my work environment, I don't see that happening because I am the youngest at work. And it's difficult for the people elder to me to accept that I might be right at something. And that, I think, that's when I end up losing a little patience. I'm like, hey, hello, I know I'm young, but I still know what I'm doing. And I can see that affecting them. And I want to be in a place where I am listening to them, I am understanding them, and it's also very respectful, but I also want to be heard. So I think I need a solution for that, for me to tackle this in a better way.
So that's a very intriguing and interesting part that you say that you are the boss and you are the youngest. So of course brings up a lot of challenges for people because having to respect somebody, अमीर बाप की बेटी एंड पैसा लेके आई है इंडस्ट्री में और हमसे काम करवाएगी, 2 पैसे की अक्ल तो है नहीं. That is the mindset that people usually have with very young entrepreneurs because they do not believe that these people bring in a lot of creativity, a lot of experience from the family backgrounds that they come from, and probably they do deserve respect. Respect is something that we need to earn, not command. And many of us have been giving respect on demand. And not because a person deserves respect. We usually have been taught that there are conditions to which you will and you should respect. And probably in your staff's head, you do not fit the bill. 100%. And that is why probably the respect doesn't come in naturally. What could help in this is empathetic conversations where we allow people and we let them know that their age, their wisdom, their work experience are respected. However, you are calling the shots as to what needs done, and then they have the freedom to explore it. Nobody likes to be owned or be told by a child what is to be done. So as a young entrepreneur, I understand that the challenges that you face are coming from people perceiving you as inexperienced, not wise, and probably just empathetic communication is what might turn around the whole thing.
That's true. I think I should definitely be trying that more often than I am. And the thing you said about the family backgrounds, that is something so big everywhere I go. I think, so my dad wasn't here, the driver was here. And I was like, if I'm going to work, might as well take the driver, he's here, right? Now that has become a huge thing. Hey, you're not poor. You don't need the money. Why are you working? Hey, just because I have a certain family background, it doesn't change my need to work, and it doesn't mean that I'm taking money from them.
In fact, it puts on a huge responsibility, because if my father or if my mother or if my sibling have reached a position, then I want to explore how big can I be.
Exactly. And I can see that my impact outside is a little, she's a rich dad's daughter, so she's gotten everything given to her. But in reality, something I think you also know, it's completely different. Even though my family is the most supportive group of people, but it doesn't mean that I'm taking the support from them.
My question to you is, why does it matter to you if people are talking about you?
It doesn't. I love it. I love people talking about me, but I don't want them to make this opinion of me and then not respect me because of that. Like, of course, talk about me. It's okay. I am who I am. I love my family. I love the legacy. If they, that's what they call it, you know. If that's where I come from, I love it. I'm thankful to be here, but that's not all I am, and that's something that people need to know. And with my work, that's what I want to do. Like, I love showcasing my work. So I'm like, hey, that my father didn't do, that my mother didn't do. It's just me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Great.